Good afternoon, Rotarians and guests, and welcome to the Rotary Club of Portsmouth virtual meeting. This is a new initiative while we're kind of sheltered in place right now in our homes to stave off any of the coronavirus. But right now I've got a wonderful special guest joining us today. Our special guest today is Chief Angela Geeene from the Portsmouth Police Department. Chief Geeene, welcome. And thank you very much for joining us today here at the Portsmouth Rotary Club's virtual meeting. This is, as I told you, was very informal. The idea was to just create a sense of connection, and at Rotary Club right now, our motto at the Rotary International level is connecting the world. So they've encouraged us to connect each other via virtual Zoom meetings, teleconferencing, and so on, so people can actually feel a sense of normalcy during this time. So, and I thank you again for your participation. So, as we talked, a little bit of things about what's going on with the police department, not necessarily focused directly on this, but programs that obviously the police department's known for, and what we do with you as the Rotary Club and our Paint Your Heart Out, unfortunately, this year has been canceled just due to the circumstances, and we're hoping to bring that back. But share with us your thoughts about how things are kind of going right now.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for doing this and trying to keep everybody connected. Like you said, during this time with COVID-19, coronavirus, we're still trying to have a sense of normalcy while we move into a territory which is strange for all of us. This is obviously new for everybody. We're used to our normal ways of meeting in person, holding meetings together in person, and now many of us who are technologically disadvantaged now have to move to Zoom and other video meetings, FaceTime, things like that. But we in the police department are still doing what we normally do on the streets. We still have our officers out there. We're still connecting with the citizens. We're still providing the same services that we normally do. The difference is now that you might see an officer out on the streets wearing what we call our personal protective equipment. That's gloves, a face mask, and goggles. And that's to protect the officers on any contact with citizens. So don't be offended if you should have to call us or you see us and we have on gloves, a face mask, or eye protection. It's not that we think you're sick, or it's not that we think that anybody's sick, but right now with this coronavirus, as we're being told that there's a lot of people that are considered asymptomatic. So they're not exhibiting signs of an illness, but they can be carriers and they can pass it on. And obviously we are trying to protect the citizens as well as the officers and their families during this time. Right now, just as Mr. Goodwin stated, unfortunately, a lot of our great events like Paint Your Heart Out that we love to participate in on a routine basis are being postponed for now. Our spring break with our police athletic league was supposed to take place in the middle of April when school's out. Obviously, school children have been given an early release and there is no spring break, but also with the social distancing in place and the rule of no more than 10 people, we have to cancel that event for this year as well. Okay. We are still planning on having our PAL summer camp, which is usually a huge event for the police department as well as the community, because we have about 100 children that we have for the summer. That is going to still tentatively take place on the end of June. So we have not canceled that. We're still hopeful, like everybody else, that maybe by June we'll be able to get back to a little bit more business as usual. Other than that, meetings again, community meetings have been postponed for now until all of this kind of goes away, or at least we're able to control it a little bit better. But we are still here for you. A phone call away if you need us, always 911 or 311. If you have any issues that you need other city agencies or even for the police department to handle, that's not an emergency situation. We still have our non-emergency number for that as well. But we're always here by phone, email, if it's a question that you have, text. Any way you need to communicate with us, we are here.
Wonderful. Now, you said that you're hopeful that the PALS program will actually go and move forward the way it's supposed to. Are you still getting registrations right now, or is that obviously online, and how's that been coming along?
So registration has been online, and people with the online registration, all we're taking is a $30 deposit.
Got it.
Lots of people have already done their $30 deposit months in advance. So we'll still do that because, as we said, we anticipate having the camp, and we have to take registration because lots of years we have a waiting list.
Sure.
So we can't wait to the end and then open up the floodgates. So we're holding spots for individuals. Of course, if we decide that we have to cancel because of health issues or health concerns, then we will definitely refund those registration monies to those individuals.
You know, there's one question I can honestly see one person in our club asking. You've got a lot of renovations going on in the building here at the former Sports Hall of Fame at 206 High Street.
Yes.
That's commencing. There's been some construction workers have walked by since we've been taking our little video here.
Absolutely.
I know you can't say but so much as far as, you know, what you guys are hoping for and when you're hoping to kind of get some of the folks in.
Right.
Dust is aplenty, I'm sure.
Yes.
So a little bit, anything from your point of view of how that's coming along?
Sure, absolutely. So you all are aware, 801, we had to vacate that, the first building where it was our executive headquarters due to structural issues.
Yeah.
And then the other building, the Uniform Patrol over on Crawford Street, is being moved over to Port Center Parkway.
Good. Cool.
So while we're doing renovations in both places, we obviously have police officers kind of in different city buildings right now. So the hope is to eventually bring most of headquarters individuals over to High Street, 206 High Street, and then most of our operations over to the Dow building.
Okay. Are y'all still going to be able to play basketball when it's all said and done? On the basketball court?
Absolutely. If we have a basketball court now, the little mini court up there, yes, the court is staying. The court is staying, and that will be somewhere for us to decompress or maybe bring some PAL kids in and, you know,
Perfect
teach them how to
situation.
old school basketball.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's always good.
Yeah.
Well, and obviously lots of other things going on still within the city, and we're all, like I said, optimistic and looking forward to getting through this. So
Absolutely.
everybody's practicing their personal hygiene, keeping their hands washed. I'm sure not only social distance. Yep, we are exactly 6'4" apart, and so I think there's a lot of things going on, and we as a community are here to help. The Rotary Club is obviously wanting to help in any way they possibly can, and I'm thankful that y'all are here and working with us and acknowledge that. But more importantly, we're all in this together. So we are looking out for one another and also our neighboring communities. So we're just part of a bigger picture. And so together, I think you guys are doing an awesome job on communicating, obviously, with the other cities and also our state. And we're really looking forward to getting through this as unscathed as possible.
We need the community partners,
yeah.
not just you guys, the Rotary Club.
Yep.
All of that helps us get through this together because we're just going to be stronger and more together. And
Yep.
we definitely will. We can't do it without you. People like you, Mr. Goodwin, and your Rotary members.
Well, thank you, and we all thank you very much for that comment. So, well, I'd say that's about it. Anything else that you can probably share with us right now, or we'll look forward to following up with this with some celebration, hopefully with the barbecue in June, coming up with the Rotary Club barbecue,
yes.
and making that a big event for everybody to get back out and get back to mingling socially without 6 feet between us.
Yes.
So, well, thanks again for your time today.
Yes,
All right.
Stay safe, stay healthy.
All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.